Hey there, happy Valentine's Day, everyone. I don't know if you are romantically in a relationship, but wherever there is room for love in your life, I hope you have it today. I hope your life is filled with love and appreciation romantically, spiritually, professionally, wherever there is room for a little more love. I hope you have it and that it continues to grow over this year. So just wanted to kind of start things off on this special holiday with a special message. So today, though, what we are talking about is what about those people who should love what your organization is doing, but they've chosen not to join. They just seem to be stuck in contemplation. Now, this is the second in a 4-part series. If you missed part 1, go back to last week's broadcast because I talked about the disintegration of value that happens when you give too much value away and people kind of get their needs satisfied without actually taking the step to join. But if you've looked at that issue and you go, no, I think we're pretty well, preserving the value inside of the paywalls of our membership, then the second place that I tend to look for, problems with not enough people joining is the invitation. Does a specific invitation actually exist for people to join? So a lot of times when I ask people that question, they go, well, of course, there's an invitation to join. I mean, we talk about it on our website. It's at the bottom of our emails. Of course, we're inviting people to join. They have an opportunity to become a member in, lots of places and ways. But the thing you have to look at is when you're inviting them to join, is it the same old invitation? Are you just kind of passively putting the join application on your website, kind of passively putting it at the bottom of your emails without really making it a scintillating offer? Does it just kind of sit there not doing anything for you? And that's what I mean by passively. I am reminded of the Febreze commercials. I don't know if you've seen the Febreze commercials. That's kind of the spray that makes a room smell better, or at least that's how it's marketed. Well, in their commercials, they often have something that is really stinky that you've been around so much that you don't even notice it, and they call it going nose blind. So they have one commercial where you're driving in your car, or the lady's driving in her car, and when the camera pans out, I mean, her car like literally looks like a dog because it smells so bad, but she doesn't notice it because she's gone nose blind to the smell of the dog in her car. And then there's the other commercial where there's the teenager's stinky room, but because he's in his room all the time, he doesn't really notice it. But the mom walks in and it's like, oh, yeah, it's stinky. He's just gone nose blind to that odor. Well, I think that prospective members over time get exposed to what we're offering so much that they kind of go offer blind to it. So they don't even really notice it anymore as a specific invitation. So every now and then we kind of have to shake things up a little bit, like the Febreze spray that you spray into the air to kind of make it smell different. You have to spray a little something into your offers and invitations to make it noticeable to your prospective members. Now, I kind of go back to the concept of having to have 3 things if you're wanting to grow your membership on the front end. Now, there are lots of ways to grow, but if we're specifically talking about, getting more people in on the front end, you have to have a reliable method of people discovering you. So you have to be doing something that without fail is going to get you out in front of the right people, and they're going to notice. And we did an entire series on that in January. So go back a few weeks if you missed that, where we talked about how to get more people to notice that you exist. So you have to have that reliable method, at least one, a reliable method of people discovering you. The second piece that you have to have is a reliable method for articulating your value. So when people are in this contemplation stage where they know about you, but they haven't joined yet, you have to have a reliable way of explaining the value, and kind of giving them that taste of value where they understand who you are, what you do, and the value that you can offer to them as a member. Now, we're going to talk a little bit more deeply about that concept next week. So stay tuned for that kind of articulation of value issue. And then the third piece is that there has to be a specific invitation for someone to join. And if you don't have those three things reliably, predictably built in on the front end, you are going to struggle to bring those members in on the front end. So as you look at your organization and how you have things structured, look for those three things. Do you have something that whenever you do it, it's going to get you in front of the right people? Do you know that you have a really strong and persuasive articulation of value? And do you have a really reliable way of inviting people to join that they actually, when you put that out there, they're going to take you up on your offer? If you can build those three pieces in on the front end, you're going to have a lot more success in attracting those members in, and they're not going to get stuck in that kind of no man's land between, okay, I know this organization exists, but I haven't taken the opportunity to join, getting stuck in that contemplation stage. So I hope that's helpful. I would love to hear your feedback of, whether you think potentially your prospects have gone offer blind to what you're offering. And do you actually have those three reliable pieces built into kind of the front end, that discovery, the, persuasion, and the specific invitation? So drop me a line, drop a note in the comments. Let me know. I would love to hear about it. That's all I have for you this week. Kind of short and sweet. I will see you back here next week, where we will continue on with the third part of the series and kind of talk about that articulation of value and how you can make your value proposition stronger so that more people want to take you up on your offers. So have a great week, and I'll see you back here next Friday.